One of the challenges that many school owners face is collecting fees from parents. Yes, there are parents who pay fees on time, and then there are those who do not pay even till the end of the term. I have always wondered how a parent will bring a child to school and not pay fees at all. Yes, there are some who have the money and do not want to pay because they feel it's not important to pay that money. And then there are those who are struggling. However, you find that they are able to do other things. They pay fees elsewhere, but they will not pay you. And so school owners struggle. Running a private school in Nigeria is very, very difficult. It is expensive, and most times it is unprofitable, especially for those who do not have the crowd. The schools who make profit, they charge very high fees. But for those who are just managing, they want to teach, they want to run that business without overcharging parents. They struggle. Many of them struggle. So, what are the things you can do to get your money early, on time, and as much as you can get from parents? Here are some tips for school owners. These are things that I have done, the practices I have used over the years to survive. Without some of them, most of my schools will be closed as I speak. So let's go. Number one, this was an inspiration from the Lord, and I am not joking. I was stranded one time. I didn't know what to do. I needed to expand. I had students. I needed to expand. I had no money. I couldn't even borrow from the bank. And I sat in my office just thinking of where to get money. And I could just hear, it was like the Holy Spirit said to me, ask parents to pay in advance. I kept on thinking, how does that work? And so, to cut a very long story short, I wrote to my parents and I said to them, the first 20 parents that would pay me next term's fees, I will give them a discount. I called it discount promo, early payment discount promo. That's what I call it. I did not know any parent will respond to it because I said I'll give 10% discount on tuition and lunch if you pay me this term against the next term. That's you pay me even before we close. I sent that message, and in 10 minutes, I had parents all over the office ready to pay fees. For the past 12 years or maybe 14, I have done it every time. I give discounts to parents who pay in advance, annually or even termly. So before I close a term, I have collected fees from 20 families for the next term. Many times, just before I close, we are stranded, we are out of funds, there is no money to do anything. That is the money I use. So I keep pushing forward and managing. It has worked magic. Try it and you will be amazed. As little as the difference is, parents want to save. So they rush and they pay. In fact, when we have exhausted the slots, parents would almost fight for us to include them. So it's been, if it's the only thing you do, or I say in this video, it's been a lifesaver. Early payment discount promo, where parents pay ahead of the term. They pay in first term, they pay for second term. At the end of first term, I usually do it before exams, they pay for the next term. And usually the parents who rush for it are those with multiple children. So I could get in fees for 50 students even before I close the term. Try it and thank me later. Another thing I do is upfront payments for uniforms and supplies. So if it's a new term and I have given admission letters to parents, I will let you know what secures your admission is your payment for uniforms and books. Take notes and practice these things. So, for example, this term I am admitting over 150 students. Where will I get the money to stock books and uniforms for 150 students coming from different schools? Uniforms I actually have to import, right? So I make sure that as I offer you admission, you pay in advance for uniforms and books. And I use that money to deposit for books and uniforms even before resumption, and then to set the school right and put everything in order before the students resume. So I have upfront payments for uniforms and supplies. That's number 2. Number 3, the admission fees. If it's a new term, there's usually something called development levy, admission fees. People have different names for it, processing fees. I make sure parents pay that the moment I give the admission letter. That money helps me prepare the schools ahead for resumption and take care of so many other business-related bills. Another thing I do that gets the money in on time is the open house. If you're an educator, you do know what an open house is, right? We invite parents. We set our school in order. We invite parents for the meeting. We present our programs, and then we do a tour if necessary. And then we say to parents, before you bring your child on Monday, please pay the fees and come with your clearance. We make sure they can't change their minds. Once we have discussed the programs with them and they have seen the school, they are excited. In fact, that night, most parents will pay the fees. So the open house is our signature, program for bringing in a lot of money. Another thing we do, clearance before you resume. Try it. We ask students to resume with their clearance. You pay your fees, you get your clearance before you resume. Parents sign up for services before you resume. So most parents who want the children picked, they want them on lunch, they want anything for them, would actually go ahead and pay fees so they can sign up for the services. When we resume, I give parents till the end of that first month to pay fees, those that are unable to pay after all of the things I have mentioned. So at the end of the first month, if you did not pay fees, we will cease to serve your child, unless you talk to us and we give you permission in writing. Another thing we do, if this does not work, by the midterm we do what we call fee drive. You will not resume from midterm if you have not paid fees. So we'll leave the child at home. We will not pick up the child. We will not serve the child if you just ignore us and refuse to pay fees. Then, of course, the final one, the exams. Without fees, you are not taking exams. We will not give you access to the portal. If you plead with us and we allow you to take exams, you cannot see that result, because everything is on a portal and we need to allow you sign in. We can stop you from having access to the portal. So the portal is like the final control for us. Now, for all of this to work, you have to make sure that your program is very attractive. Parents can walk away, get upset, go to another school. You're the best, in the neighborhood. Maria Onya, the EDU-TRIBE channel. I have just shared with you 10 things you can do to get your fees in. If you have questions, put it in the comment section. Subscribe, like, share, and see you in my next video.